Last week on Australian Survivor, a communal shower broke the ice at the birth of Aurora.
Katie?
Yeah, I'll do it for $500.
$500?
Yeah.
You're on. Right round. Go!
Kadeena's continued survival rests on the strength and determination of one man. Is Tapara's Cozy Alliance as strong as it seems? Now, there are 9.
I got a vote last night, and I don't really know where that came from. However, I think it came from, I'm hoping it came from one of the other Kadina crew. But I surely haven't pissed them off too early. There's only been a couple of days, so it may have come from within the own camp, so I don't know.
With my handwriting, it's funny. You go up there and you think, each time I write my vote, I'll have to write it differently. No one will ever know who it is. But every time I do the same bloody thing, I write the name, underline it, and put the exclamation mark there. It's like, I don't even know why I do that. I was going up thinking, now write like a girl, and it's just like, as soon as I see, you see the other 2 votes, and you can't tell who voted for Rob. I'll have to practice that.
Well, I guess there are always going to be 3 votes that went for Kadina.
Yeah, but with an exclamation mark? Lance, you didn't get an exclamation mark, did you?
No, we got 2 votes, Rob.
Yeah.
I like seeing people's reactions when they receive a vote and how they handle it. Rob got a bit of a shock. I think some of them feel invincible, but everyone's got the right to vote, and you have to cop it on the chin if you receive one. But we'll all have a beer on the outside. No one hates you, Rob.
I think he's a huge threat. Craig's a huge threat. He has the youth on his side, the fitness, the charm. He knows how to talk, and so he has. The longer he's here, the more chance he has to pull people on his side. I think if he loses the next immunity, he's definitely out.
My plan's pretty simple. It's either win immunity or pack your bags. So dig deep, keep fighting, kicking and screaming, and give them something to think about.
I think we're going to have to get up.
I'm getting up time.
Unfortunately so. Sorry.
I get frustrated by the time it takes people to get themselves organised, to get themselves changed into their day clothes, out of their night clothes, and, oh, man, it drives me nuts. Look, bottom line, Lance, is that Jane's doesn't carry her weight when it comes to fishing. We're now feeding 9 people, and Jane's not a fisherman. She can stand there with a line and pull a fish in, but that's very different to going down there for, to try and get as many fish as you can in the time between now and when we called for a challenge. I think we need to be a little bit more realistic about Jane.
Well, Jane's here and she's a lovely girl, but she's just really sitting there and looking pretty. She's not very. She's not very useful. Like, she won't touch fish and she won't gut anything, and she can only carry like 1 or 2 bags of water at most, and she's just not a very useful person in a rugged environment.
Like, usually the people that can keep sort of low under the radar and sort of sit back and analyse the situations and watch sort of what people are doing is usually the safest way of doing it, and so that's how I've been playing the game.
I can't help but make a connection with Craig and feel, and admire him. He's such a huge competitor, and he's such a threat to the rest of the members of the tribe. But I've already told him I'm not voting for him. I just can't bring myself to do it.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, we've had a plan, we've got a plan, we stick to it, we'll win, you know?
Okay.
And, you know, the devil could charm me with whatever, but I know that this plan is good. The alliance is Sophie, Rob, Shona and myself. Rob and I are closer than any of the others in our alliance. So Rob and I have decided to make sure that Sophie goes first, because she's also a threat. She's quite competitive and athletic and stuff like that. And Rob and I have made a pact to vote the other off, whoever's remaining, so that it's Rob and I at the end.
Katie, if I'm reading it right, wants Shona in the last 3. I want Shona in the last 3. I would like Sophie to go 4, which would leave Katie, Shona and myself. So I could then align with Shona in the last vote, because I think that's my best chance.
Yeah, you could see people just saying, oh, it's a game, do what you want. Yeah, everything's okay, but it's not. Nah.
I expected a lot more backstabbing, and I expected a lot more alliance forming. Maybe all that's happening and I don't know about it.
Fast doesn't have a lot of yourself.
I thought before I came here the idea was play the team game, work it well, form up with 3 people and, you know, try to go through with 3 people to the end, you know. I mean, I'd like to last here as long as I can possibly stay, you know. If I can go the whole way, I'll do that, and I'll be trying really hard to do that.
I'm sure Lance wants to win, but he's not, you know, he's so deep and it's wonderful quality, but not when you're playing a game. It's like playing a game of cheat or something, you know. It's a card game. This is just a game, but at the end of the tack, it's not matches you win. You're winning $500,000.
Right. Think of your life, the good and the bad, and make up stories about the times that you've had. True or false, it doesn't matter. In one statement, tell your patter. The tribe will decide what's wrong and right. Trick the most, and win a luxury night. Luxury night.
Okay, welcome again, guys. Today's reward challenge gets to the essence of what Australian Survivor is all about, where nothing is as it seems. Assumptions you might have made about people might not hold true, and you'll have to decide whether or not you believe your fellow tribe members. You've each been asked to tell us something about yourself, just a quick statement. Only